Live at TFNN, The Trader's Edge, with your host, Steve Rhodes.
And he's picked out a landing spot that is a good 25 feet above the hull.
There's a good chance he doesn't get this inside the Marco's ball.
Well, here it comes. Oh, my goodness. Have you seen anything like that? This guy's pretty good.
Now, the author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the Trader's Edge. It is absolutely a wonderful Thursday. What do we got to come up with a name for Thursday? You know, wonderful is Wednesday, and what's Thursday got to be? Well, you know, we've got Marvelous Monday, and a Terrific Tuesday, and a Wonderful Wednesday. We got to come up with a Thursday. Maybe someone in the den will go ahead and shoot me out a couple of good names out there. And folks, you know, I promise you that for at least the next hour, in fact, how about for the next 3 hours, that you are underneath my care, guidance, and protection when it comes to your money, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your soul, your spirit, whatever the tools are that you need in order to be able to take yourself from where you're at right now to where it is you're going to, even if you're driving, because a couple days ago I taught you the way to be able to use your mirrors, because I want you to have better vision. All of what we talk about, what I like to share with you is giving you tools so that you can have better vision when it comes to the markets. Yesterday I shared my story about fly fishing and the difference between just one small little difference, my first experience, and being able to use a pair of polarized sunglasses to actually see what was right in front of me versus the normal sunglasses that I had on. And that's really what it's all about. What we want to do, what I want to be able to do is give you the tools, because you'd be amazed at some of the tools that are really just right in front of you, that just simply the light bulb hasn't gone on. But if you stick with me long enough, I promise you, you'll see all kinds of light bulbs. And then once you have light bulbs, then you're going to have celebrations, you're going to have fireworks, and because that's what it's all about. Why? Because you're going to play the money game, or you're going to play the money game a little bit differently than the way that you have in the past. Now, one of the things, and this is true of life, and we take a look at the markets, heck, they have been up, as Tom likes to say, they've been up, down, and all around. Absolutely. And if you take a look at the front page, not the front page, but the money section, to me that's the front page of USA Today. In fact, that should be the front page. I don't know why they have that front page right there, right? All of us business folks, we think this should be the front page, and it says, will Europe find an answer? Well, they have shot a few bullets, because they've only been bullets, if you will, across the bow. And so far, not so good. At least that's what the markets are saying, because you got the Dow right now is down about 83 points, ES Mini down about 12 points. But they're not overshooting. Just right now, they're shooting blanks is what it seems like. And what's it all about? You know what it's about. It's about King Dollar. If you're looking at my screen or over my left shoulder, there it is. There's our king. There's King Dollar. We'll go take a look at the currency market, because that's really what it's all about. That's all you absolutely have to pay attention to understand where the markets are going. And, we'll go show you those patterns. But before we do that, because, look, this impacts your trading, this impacts life, and it's just simply, the question is, sometimes what I know that folks are trying to do is they're trying to get, because this is the fast food society, if you will, or this is a society where you want something, in an instant. And so the question is, how do you get from A to Z in the fastest time possible? And if you want to understand that, when it comes to your trading or it comes to something else that you're doing in life, so whether it's a coworker that you're working with or a relationship that you have, that there is nothing faster than the speed of trust. The speed of trust. I want you to write that down. I want you to understand that, because when it comes to trading, okay, there are patterns that either you currently use, or if you're not using trading patterns, you will after we've fully immersed you into the trading patterns that are occurring on the charts in front of us, those things being retracement levels, 382, 618, 786, expansion levels, 1.272, 1.618, swing point trading, understanding price and volume, ABC patterns. Some of you use stochastics, MACDs, the Chapman wave. We've got tools, folks, that are so helpful. But even though you have those tools, what happens? What happens even if you've planned ahead for what you consider to be your battle, where you're going to take a position? What I see happen so often is what occurs is all of a sudden you lose that faith. You lose that faith in yourself. It's true in life. It doesn't matter whether it's trading. It doesn't matter what it is. All of a sudden you get to that moment of where everything is coming together so that you can get the information, so that you can move forward. And what happens? All of a sudden there's that fear. There's that false evidence appearing real. And what stops you, what actually stops you from taking action, folks, is called trust. All of a sudden, sometimes so there's nothing faster than the speed of trust. If you've set up a pattern ahead of time and your number gets hit and you know that there's only maybe one or two little things that you would not enter a trade because of some caution sign, and I get that because, you have to put the entire battle together. This is like a battlefield, if you will, that you're playing on day in, day out. And what happens when all of a sudden you get up there, let's say you're going to short the market and the price moves higher, and then you've got that question, well, is it going to go higher? It may, but if you've got a pattern that you know is reliable, works 70+% of the time, or just more than 51% of the time, folks, and you understand the way to be able to risk your money, to be able to put your hard-earned capital up, and how to properly use money management strategies out there. And it's about a strategy, not a tactic. A tactic is a trading pattern. What happens is you end up losing out by not being able to have the trust in yourself. Oftentimes, and so there's more than just a speed issue with regard to trust. There's a financial issue, right? I just talked about it. If there's nothing faster to get you from A to Z than the speed of trust, and when you get to that pattern and you don't take that trade, what's going to happen is you're going to be leaving money on the table. It works that way just inside your business environment. Think about it like this, and this is a business. When we take a look at the money management game, this is just the money business game. You have to run this like a business. But just take a look at it yourself in your own interpersonal skills and relationships that you have with folks. And not only, when you, so, and I guess where I want to go with this is that oftentimes, if you don't have trust in somebody else, it's also that you don't have trust in yourself. And that's going to slow things down. It would slow things down with regard to your ability to make a decision to go ahead and take a trade. And so what you want to be able to do is you want to create an environment all around you. You want to be able to create an environment of trust. Because when you can do that, and I mentioned this yesterday when Tom and I were doing the Money Master Show. And again, I want you to stick around for that. That's up at 10 to 11. And so many folks out there want to be able to go ahead and they want to be able to be an investor like Warren Buffett. William Buffett must be his son, right? Warren Buffett, okay? And when you go back and you take a look through some of Warren Buffett's prospectuses and you take a look at some of the companies that he has purchased those companies in lightning speed. Many times you see other companies that are going to go buy each other, however they're going to, and the amount of time that it takes from A to Z might be 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months in order to get the deal done. Most of Buffett's deals are done in 30 days or less. Some of his biggest deals have been done in 30 days or less. So if you want to learn, if you want to be able to trade like Warren Buffett, what you really need to do is you need to have the psychology of Warren Buffett, and you need to understand that part of his success strategy is about trust, is about being able to do things faster, is about being able to have trust in people so that they have trust in themselves. But mostly, folks, it's really trust in yourself. So do me a favor. Don't be a prisoner of your past. Be a pioneer of your future. And just take a look at what's going on in your life and take a look at what issues you're dealing with. And just if you could reverse it, if instead of distrusting somebody, you could in fact trust them, even if that's yourself, you absolutely will go ahead and you will change your world. So let's go, speaking of the world, let's go take a tour around the world. Let's see what we've got going on out here. You've got all around the world, you've got everything in the red, if you will. Now, when I say around the world, I'm talking about, let's say the DAX. Right now, we start off with the DAX is down 83 points. You've got the FTSE down 20 points. You've got the Hang Seng is down 132 points. You had the Nikkei down 57 points. The Shanghai down only 3 points. And what I've got up on my screen here right now, that's the Euro US dollar your currency pair. And what you can see here is, look, and I don't even know what went on in the news. I don't, other than just for some background news and watching CNBC or whatever might come across the screen, I just really don't have the time. I'd rather spend my time doing something else. So I don't really need to know what's going on news-wise or what's going on with regard to the ECB and the party that they're having over in Europe, trying to fix all of the ill wills that are out there. What I can tell you currency-wise, whatever it is that they decided, and I've got a 30-minute chart on my screen, what you are seeing is that people are selling the euro. Whatever has come out, those first few blanks or bullets that they shot across the bow, all you need to know is what's in front of you. You can just take a look at these long-range bars. So in the last hour, and this 30-minute session, quite frankly, doesn't stop until 9:30, and we're only at 9:18. And so, could this candle pattern change? It absolutely could. But look at the size of this long-range bar, knowing that you've got another 12 minutes to go, and somebody is out there selling the euro. Somebody who either took the information that was out there, or maybe it's somebody just looking at this chart, and maybe it was somebody that was long the euro, and then right now they're piling on. Now, yesterday, when we were taking a look at this beautiful chart here with patterns, I'm going to get rid of some of the detail on here. It's a little bit easier to see. Then we can put that detail back. We were taking a look at the three patterns that were setting up, and one of those patterns that was setting up was this three drive to the bottom pattern. And I gave you a price point of right around 133. If you take a look at the euro, right now, it's trading out at 133.189. The actual three drive to a bottom pattern was 133.014. But what you will see is that we're really outside of the range. And, and what you want to do with these patterns is you don't really want to force them. And so the three drive to the pattern really should have taken place last night at 7:30. It's right now 9:20. So we're off by about, 14 hours or so. We'll see what happens when we get down to that 133.014 area, because based on this candle, it's headed there and probably a lot lower. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you, folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. 877-927-6648. Right now you got the Dow futures off 91, S&P off 12, and NASDAQ off 16. And stick around, though. It's a roller coaster ride. Just because it's down now doesn't mean it's going to stay down. But we are, if we're taking a look right now on the screen here, just to stand with the euro, if you will. And what I've got up on the screen here is a 120-minute chart. And on that 120-minute chart, there is a Gartley buy pattern that is setting up right at the 132.870 number. And so that's something that we're going to want to pay attention to with this wide range bar that we have here right now in that 120-minute chart. And, you know, it shows up everywhere, obviously. It is showing us, and where it's coming down to, you know, what you can take a look at is the last piece of news that was out there, you know, in the when Europe was being saved, that the market took and liked. You can see that you had this huge long-range bar over a 2-hour period of time that was up until 10 a.m. on November the 30th. That was the Monday when we came back after that wonderful Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And so the 132.870, which happens to be a 1.618 expansion of this B to C swing point right here, happens to be a 0.786 retracement from the lows that were put in on the euro on the December the 8th, all the way up to the high that we had here on at 10 o'clock in the morning on December the 2nd. So now you got a 786 retracement, you got a 1.618 expansion, and when I put my crosshair here, right there, what you can see is what you've also got is you've got right where you would have a breakout area. Even if you didn't know anything, and I just simply taught you about taking a look at whether it's candles or it's bars that you use, and taking a look at a wide range, a long range bar, and saying to yourself, look, that is clearly a breakout on price. Whether there's volume or not, in the currency market we never know, so we don't pay attention to the volume aspect of trading. We just simply are focused on patterns out there, geometric, sacred geometry patterns that are out there. And if the pattern, if it doesn't get down to the area that we're looking at, that just means we're not in on that game, on that trade. Because trust me, there's another pattern that's coming. You look for that and you wait patiently, and then you go ahead and you pull that trigger. And how quickly do you do it, folks? Well, with the speed of trust, you do it immediately, absolutely immediately. So we want to be able to watch that area. Why? Because this is a 786 Gartley. And when a .786 Gartley fails, the first place it's going to go, it's going to complete its move of a move. So what that means on the euro-US dollar currency pair, that means it'll get down to the 132, 113 area. But what happens when you have a Gartley that fails like this is it tends to turn into a butterfly pattern. Now what happens is stocks will do a move of a move, and then they'll do something else. So it could get down to that area, that 130, 132, 113 area, and then take just a little bit of a rest before it then goes on and it makes a butterfly expansion. So if that's the pattern that sets up, and we know these ahead of time, we know what it is we're looking for so that we can understand whether we have a successful Gartley buy or if we have a failure, where things are going to go to. This will help you in being able to manage your position in the trade, or where it is that you might want to get in on the trade. And what's so important right now with regard to going long or short the marketplace, the general marketplace, whether it's the IWM, the diamonds, the SPYs, the Qs that you play, you want to understand what's going on inside our currency world, because that is what's driving price inside those general ETFs. And so we can take a look at this Gartley pattern right now on the euro, and if this fails, what this sets up is this sets up a move in the euro down to 131, 198. 131, 198. And if we pull this back a little bit further, and probably if we go and pull back further just simply by going to a daily chart, that might be what I need to do here. But let me just pull. Okay, so let's pull this down. Let's see what else is down at that price range. And you got to love how this stuff works. At 131, 198, what would you be doing if you were taking a look at this chart here right now on the screen? What would you be doing? You would completing a larger move of the move. And there you would be going, you'd be going a little bit below, but that is the way that pricing works. You don't get to be exact. You're just looking to be within a range, and that range would take you down into that 132, 100 area, and we're talking about 131, 198. So it's why you want to be able to pay attention to these patterns. If you're just taking a look at this chart on the 120-minute chart, what else is this telling us? What else is this telling us from right here where we made that high at around 10 a.m. or so on October 27th? Why is October 27th so important? Number one, because it was a 17 planetary index cycle date. One of the larger cycle dates that we're going to see for quite some time to come. And those may be significant highs in the market. What do you see right now on your chart or on my chart? You see lower highs and lower lows. That's the sign of a bear market, at least a bear market run right now. 877-927-6648. When we get back, we'll see how these markets are going to open. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
And we're off to the races. We've got the Dow down 47 points. You get the S&P down about 9. You got the composite down 19. Small caps down 8. NDX 100 down 13. You've got King Dollar up 22 ticks. Gold contract trading down 21. Silver down 46 cents right now. Platinum off $10. You've got light sweet crude down 56 cents. And when I take a look at my stocks, my stock charts here of the New York Stock Exchange, number of stocks of point gainers versus point losers. I've got 18 or 19 stocks that actually have got point gainers on the New York Stock Exchange right now. That's pretty amazing. And one of those stocks, CJES, C&J Energy Services. We'll go take a look at them a little bit right now. That is up $1.24, about 1%. Trading out at 21.86. Now, if we go quickly, take a tour around the world, see what's going on out there. You know, like we want to be able to pay attention to what's going on in these world markets because we are one world trading. And we're taking a look here at the DAX. And the DAX, the candle on the DAX is saying, well, you know, everything isn't fixed. Will Europe find an answer? You know, like right here on the page of the USA Today and the money page, money section. And right now the charts are saying they haven't exactly found an answer yet. And really with regard to chart patterns, it's actually just behaving normal. You know, what it did here, made an ABC down. It did a retracement back up. You had the retracement, what I believe was back at the point 786 or 618. Let's see here real quickly. It was close to the point 786 retracement area. It finished its work there, and now it's doing a normal breathing pattern on the way down. You can see easily here where you had a breakout on price, and you did that on November 30th when we all came back from that great Thanksgiving Day break holiday weekend. And so right now, the first place that the DAX is headed to is that point 382. That's in that 50, looks like about 58.62 range right now. The DAX is trading out at 59.30. And then as it gets down into there, it would be normal, just normal. A normal move in the market wouldn't mean the markets are falling apart or anything, just simply for it to get down to 56.73. We'll watch the bars as we're coming into that range. If you've got a wide range bars, if you're slicing through that .618 or if you slice through the .382, then that's telling you that the .786 is the more likely spot where it would head to. And down at that 786, what you've got is a swing point from November 25th, where you'd really be seeing the next test in the marketplace. If you take a quick look at the FTSE here, we'll go look at the FTSE, see what's going on there. And the FTSE, folks, you can see here, the FTSE is behaving a little bit stronger. Interestingly enough, it did a retracement all the way back up to the point 786. That was right there on the 7th yesterday. It tested it almost to the penny. The high that it got to was 56.31.88. And, you know, it's backed off, just backed off a bit. So it's hanging up at these highs. You can see on this bar here on November the 30th, you know, where you had some price movement. You can see, you know, that it's hanging out right at the tops of those areas. And we'll take a look and watch how the FTSE trades. Both of these markets will close in 2 hours. I'm sure there'll be more press releases, more information about what's going on in Europe, and it's certainly going to impact the markets. And if we go take a look at our own markets, first, let's go take a look at that correlation that's out there, and we'll pull up just simply the S&P mini contract, and we'll pull that up on a 5-minute chart. If you're new to this chart here, what you're taking a look at is you're looking at the correlation. Let me pull this over here for you. You're looking at the correlation between the U.S. dollar index, King dollar, if you will, which is the blue line. I've inverted that to show the relationship that if the dollar goes up, the markets go down. If the dollar goes down, the markets go up. King dollar was on its way up. As you can see right here, the blue line, and look at how the ES Mini just followed along, almost tick for tick, folks. 877-927-6648. Give me a call. We'll be right back.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And so right now you've got the Dow down 40 points. The S&P's down 7. Composite down 10. Small caps down 6. And let's go learn something. Let's go take a look at these markets. Let's look at the ETFs for the indexes out there. That would be the SPYs. The small caps would be the diamond. Would be the IWM. The Dow would be the diamonds, and the Qs for the NDX 100. So let's see, what is it that I've got up on my screen? We're going to clear this thing here, and let's take a look at it because it works this way no matter what time frame. So let's just go around and let's take a look and see what's happening right now. I've got the SPY chart up on a 5-minute chart. You can see, obviously, you got this gap down, and you gap down during the first 5 minutes on 4.9 million shares. Yesterday you closed during that last 5-minute flurry of session like we do every day at the close. You had 11.8 million shares. But what were you doing this morning? Well, you were coming down and you wanted to be able to take a look at swing points. Where are swing points? In this case here, folks, you're looking at the lowest low before the market turned up on this 5-minute chart. That would take you to 1455. That would be 255 in the afternoon yesterday. The high on that was 125.05. The low 125.68. 1.9 million shares. So how would I take a look at this? Well, what I would do is I would identify the swing point. I like to draw a line across either the bottom or the top or both, just to understand if the bottom was tested or it was just the top that was tested. So now you can see those red lines. Let me blow this up a little bit more for you, maybe make it a little bit easier to take a look at. And then what I do is I come down and I just simply take a look at the volume. What was the volume that we had down at that point? Okay, so we've got that line drawn. So you can see how we gapped down this morning. The volume that we had at that swing point session was, where's that little volume? 1.9 million shares. And when we gapped down this morning, and a gap is important to understand. Why? Because you've got that open window, and that is like a long-range bar. You see, the problem is when you gap down, what you have to visually be able to do is fill that in this case here, because I use Christmas colors for my candles, and so you'd have to fill it in with red, and that would be a long-range bar as you're coming down into it. So you gap down into a swing point. You did it with volume, but you rejected it. So there's a saying that Tom has. We'll have to ask him where he came up with it. I'm sure he came up with it after years and years and years of trading, and that was it. If you can't bust him down, it's going to go try and bust it up. Well, clearly, in this case here, it tried to bust down that swing point. Even though on volume, what it tells you is you're going to be back down there. So if you were looking for a place to enter, let's say that you have a bullish opinion of the market, and you're just looking, you're believing in a Santa Claus rally, and that's what you want to play, and you're always looking for places to either come in or add to your position. At this stage right now in the intraday, because you've got volume down here, and especially inside the SPYs, you'd want to see that bottom of today so far tested. That would be the low there of 125.63, and you'd want to see that tested on less than 4.9 million shares. That means it gets just below it, at least by a penny or further. And then in that 5-minute session where there's a test, it closes back inside that bar on lighter volume. So that's on the SPYs. That's what we've got going on the SPYs right now. I must have a bad feed because it's not trading at 126.02. Let me just set this up. We're going to skip. I have a problem with the SPYs for some reason with the connection in my system, but I know I don't with the other charts that are out there. So let's go take a look at the small caps. Let's see, what did the small caps do at the open this morning? Well, if blow this up here a little bit more, and first what you can see is that low swing point that was out there would have been at 3:15 in the afternoon. The low on that came in at 73.92, 483,000 shares. Look what we did. We did an expansion of that swing point. You did a 1.272 expansion from the next swing point that is out there, which is at 10:40 in the morning on December the 7th. You did a 70% retracement, so in between the 618 and 786. Oftentimes you will see that as what I'll call a junior Fibonacci number, if you will. And now when we came down through that, you can see here I've got the volume identified at the bottom of the screen. Let's blow that up a little bit longer. The volume there was, as we said, 483,000. And you can see as we came through it on that swing point, you came through that with 1.3 million shares. And when it closed, that closed below it, right? You can see it closed below it, suggesting, okay, did not reject price. All that we had was we had a normal spot where you had a Fibonacci expansion where you would expect to see something stop and then start moving up. And now the top of this new swing point that's in here is at 73.98, 1.4 million shares in the next trading session. 1.4 million shares. Let me make sure. Is that right? Yeah, 1.4 million shares. You tested it in the next trading session. You closed above it, and you closed above the swing point that was out there from 3:15 on December the 7th. And so it can't bust it down just yet. And so that doesn't mean that it will. But, you know, what you'd want to do is you'd want to see, in the case of the small caps, right now, you know, what you'd like to do, it's still testing this swing point area, and you'd want to just say, okay, that's what's going on with the small caps. And you want to trade all this stuff in tandem. So you want to take a look at all the ETFs and wait and see what type of signal it might be giving you, whether you're looking for a long or a short. If we go take a look at the Qs, so let's see what the Qs did out here. The Qs, the swing point that we've got on the Qs, the price point, which we'd be looking at is 56.68. That came in at 14.50, so 2.50 in the afternoon yesterday. The next trading session got down to 56.68, so it's 56.68. So we got both of them. We take the one that's got the higher volume on it. That is at the 2.50 in the afternoon. You did 469,000 shares. When we gapped down this morning on the Qs, you gapped down with 923,000 shares. Right now, what you're doing is you're filling the gap. And you came down here, you couldn't bust it down, and now what will it do? It looks like it's going to try to bust it up. If it can't bust it up, what's it going to do? It's going to bust it down. If we just simply switch over to the ETFs on a daily basis, this has been a normal trading pattern, if you will, for the last several days. We are in a very, very tight consolidation trading range because there's still not enough information out there with regard to, will Europe find an answer? They'll find an answer all right, folks. The question is, how is that going to play out? And you can see here, if we're taking a look at the Qs, now in the Qs, you can see we're in the sideways trading range. The Qs, being the strongest index up here, still have not even been able to get up to the bottom of the October 27th swing point. That low is 58.03, and right now you're trading out at 57.06. So we'll be right back for our last break, and see you in just a few minutes.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow down 43, S&P's down 7, small caps down 6 points right now. The NDX almost flat, just down a point. And during one of the segments when we were taking a look at what was popping and what was dropping, if you will, I mentioned CJES. It was up a point. It's dropping off of my screen, as you can see, now trading down at 21.14. And C&J Energy Services, provider of hydraulic fracturing and coiled tubing services. Interesting, this stock has only been out, had its IPO here on, looks like, what is this, July 29th. And you can see it came out with had 11 million shares trade during that day. It's interesting enough, it's got a short ratio of 3.4% already. And you know what this is doing, you can see it's up against some retracements of swing points. You got 0.618 retracement of this swing point coming back here from September the 1st. I'd say, a good majority of these folks look at the 11 million shares that traded on that day. That was going out at a price of around $30 a share, trading out at $21.10 right now. Not so nice to have a 33% haircut, and that thing is clawing its way back. And, you can see it was testing out its swing point from November 18th at 1.1 million shares. So far today, just simply in the first 25 minutes of trading. It's done 566,000. So it's certainly, in this case here, had enough to bust it up. Can't bust it up. What's it going to do? It's going to try to go bust it down, and it's going to go after that December 1st swing point. If we see what else is popping, what's dropping, you got McDonald's, MCD. Let's go take a look at that. I know we got a number of Tigers that trade McDonald's, and look at that thing. You got a little rocket ship. The thing is headed off to apparently past the moon. It's going to Mars now. And if we take a look at McDonald's, you know, you've got a swing point out here. On November the 8th, had 7.1 million shares. You gapped up into it, closed over it, and you did that with 7.6 million shares. So you had, you know, enough juice, enough volume. If we take a look at a full completion of an ABC up, and you can see it actually gapped up this morning. So considering that you had a market that was moving down at the open, you know, shows you there is some strength out there. McDonald's is selling lots of burgers, and the full AB equals CD on this now takes it to 102.96. You're trading out at 98.09. Do not chase after this thing, folks. Even though you're at 98.09, you know, this is not the trade. You don't get in this trade now with the right money management. If we pull this back on a weekly basis, let's see what we've got here in McDonald's. Man, what a little rocket ship. You know, is this a sign of the times, if you will? Or is this expansion that's going on inside McDonald's? You know, what's happening here? Is this a sign that things are still pretty tough out there in the environment for folks? If we go ahead and take this back to now, it's a beautiful chart, you know, because this is what you like to. This is what I like to invest in, you know. And speaking of, you know, investments like this, you want to stay tuned today because coming up from 3 to 4, you got Ken Shreve for breakout in investing, you know. And in bull markets, folks, these are the type of charts that you want to be looking at. Why? Because right now, what I can guarantee you, with McDonald's trading out at $98.15, everybody is at the party having fun. And you want to be at parties that are having fun. That's why you're here at TFNN, because we're always having the fun. Doesn't matter what the markets are doing, going up or down. And, you know, we call them like we see them. But when you want to be, when you're in a bull market, you want to be looking at stocks like this that have got nothing but jet fuel in it, and where everybody's at the party. And when I mean at the party, everybody is in the green. They're making money, rolling in dough, and that's what I want you to do. That's why I want to teach you how to create not just a money tree, folks, in your backyard, but a forest of money trees. Anyway, stay tuned. Tom and I will be back in about 8 minutes, and then I'll be back from 11 to 12. See you in a few. Thanks for being here.
The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge, and thank you so much for joining us. I know the value of your time, and I promise to deliver you a wonderful show during the next hour. You can always give me a call, 877-927-6648, because you are underneath my care, guidance, and protection as we go take a look at these markets right now. You got the Dow down 99. You got the S&Ps down 14. Composite down 22. You got the NDX down 14. And when I say the Dow is down 99, we've really had just about a 200-point swing already. If you take a look at it in the futures market, is where we were trading at in overnight hours and to where we're at right now. And, you know, just the normal daily volatility that we have in these markets, this is something that you want to get used to. And in these volatile markets, we can absolutely teach you how to make money. And it's really all about understanding, you know, a money management system. And I was talking in the first hour when I kick things off for us here at TFNN at 9 a.m. And the little theme of today was really the speed at which you want to get from point A to point Z, or wherever it is you're going. And because I know that all of us, once we decide that we want to do something, we want to do it with conviction. We want to immerse ourselves in whatever it is that we're doing, and it's really all about how can we get to where we're at right now in the fastest time to where it is you want to go to. And if financial freedom is one of those areas where you are, and if you're tuning in on the show, I know that you either have achieved financial freedom right now and you're looking for more, because that's what successful people do. Doesn't matter, the most successful people on the planet, if you want to understand what it is that drives them, what drives them is always about being able to do a little bit more, to be able to get a little bit more, to be able to learn a little bit more. That is what we all do, folks. And if you are not there, no matter where it is on the rung, if you are working to get towards financial freedom, you want to get there faster right? Sooner than later. And the speed of light, folks, is called the speed of trust, because you will get from point A to point Z faster by being able to trust what it is within inside you, or if you don't have what's inside you, you simply need to be able to find a resource to be able to do that. And when it comes to your trading, because we've got such wonderful, wonderful folks that are trading out there, I want to give you the speed of trust, and that is really understanding the expectancy of your trading system. And the expectancy of your trading system, it's like the expectancy of anything that you do in life. You know, when you get up in the morning, I want you to have a positive, you got two choices, because neutral is not really an option. You've got two choices in life. You can either be positive about whatever is coming out, whatever is coming your way, or you can be negative. And if you're negative, I can promise you, your chin is pointing down, your eyes are pointing down. You know, I know what your face looks like. I don't even have to see you. On the other hand, if you're positive, I promise you, your chin is up, your shoulders are back, you're looking up to the sky, because you know that's what you are shooting for. And so in order to really get there from a trading standpoint, from an investing standpoint, what you want to understand is whatever the system it is that you trade, you want to understand what is the expectancy of that system over a series of trades. Not 5 trades, not 10 trades, not 20 trades. At least 50 trades is a place to start. And you'd rather have 70, 100, 150. You want the more the trades, the better. And the way that you do that, folks, I create an expectancy table. I'm going to pop that up on the screen, because no matter where you're at in trading, no matter what it is that you believe, if you want to get from A to Z faster than where you are now, the real key is the ability to be able to have trust in yourself and trust in your trading system. And that's what really an expectancy table is all about. That's what it is that I'm showing you here on my screen. And it's really not complicated. It is about understanding 3 elements about your trading system, because one of the things that I know is that you always use stops when you are placing your trades or making your investments. Doesn't matter whether it's a long-term or it's a short-term, you always use some sort of stop. And the difference between your stop, whatever you come up with, and let's just say, we're going to use an example, let's say you've got a $2 stop on something that might be selling for $30. That means when your stock or whatever it is you're trading gets to 28, you're out of town, because your decision as to why you bought it was wrong. And everything is really based on that stop. And so for each trade that you have, when you know what your stop is, you then are going to determine if you won. Let's say you had a $2 stop and you made $2 and you exited the trade. That would be, 2 divided by 2 is 1, right? Let's say you had a $4 win. You won $4, you risked $2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And you come up, that's your positive expectancy on your winning trades. And you want to understand that one line, that one factor. Then you've got the other 2 sides, which are your loss factor. If you risked $2 when you got in the trade and you lost $2, that's going to be a factor of 1, right? You lost 100% of what it is you traded. If you risked $2 and your stop got jumped because of the volatility of the market. Let's say you risked 2 and you got jumped, and when you got out, you had lost $4. Well, then you've got a negative 2. That's really what these numbers are up here. I've got 3 rows: winning percentage or winning. You got controllable loss. That's where you risk $1, you lose $1. Maybe you lose less than $1 because you adjust your stops. You can see that that's what we do here with inside my newsletter. I want you to understand uncontrollable loss. Uncontrollable, that's when your stops. 6% of the times in these volatile markets, since we've been trading this, which is going back to July, we've done 72 trades in the newsletter since that time period, folks. 6% of the time, and we've risked $1, if you will, or 100% of what we risked, and what we've got as our stops have gotten jumped, or sometimes I'll go ahead and lift the stops and move them down for one reason or another, but our factor is 1.46. That's really not bad at all. And you can see, even though I risk $1, 1%, if you will, or whatever our stop is, that's not 1%, I don't want to confuse you, but you can see that we've only lost 80% of what it is we've risked at on our losing trades. Now, in this volatile marketplace, we're not getting the 3-to-1, 4-to-1 reward to risk trades, because we are not in a market that is just moving in one direction, and you will get something like this. But what I want you to do is I want you to spend time, we're in the holiday season, I want you to give yourself the gift, because if you want to get from A to Z in the fastest time period, you need to understand what the system you trade produces. When you know that you have a positive expectancy, which is nothing more than a distribution of wins and losses, then whenever the patterns set up, that you trade, then you will not hesitate and you will take that trade. You will look at that as a gift, and if the trade doesn't work out, it's nothing more than a distribution of wins and losses. When you understand this, folks, when you understand this, that is how you get from where you're at to where it is you want to go to, no matter what level you are at. If we go take a look at the markets right now, where are they going? Well, we've talked about this. You know, you've been listening, to the show, and what I've been pointing out to you visually, what Tom has been saying to us for months, is just simply the correlation between King Dollar and the markets. And you know, I put that up on my screen all the time. Let me put that correlation up there so you can make sure, because when you find a correlation, it makes it a little bit easier to trade, to try to understand where the market is going, because you're trying to make your trading decisions. We make trading decisions oftentimes on volume. You know, if you were listening to the Money Masters show, we had Rick from British Columbia calling, and Rick was explaining to everybody out there the importance of volume in his trading, the importance of volume in your trading. Right now, with regard to these markets and where they're going, the most important thing for you to understand is what is going on in the currency markets. Why? Because that is the dog. Everything else is the tail. And the currency markets, because when you see these correlations, we get that screen there. And what you can see, that blue line is the dollar index, the U.S. dollar index. Now, I've had to invert it so that it matches what goes on inside the marketplace. So if the dollar index goes up, our market goes lower. So therefore, I inverted the U.S. dollar index. Don't worry about the fact that there's separation or distance between the red line, which is the S&P, this is the ES mini contract, and the blue line, because they're on different scales. Right now, you've got the U.S. dollar index trading out at 79.04, and you've got the ES mini contract, that's trading out at 1238.50. And so what you want to do here is you just simply want to this is the SPX I've got on my screen. So the SPX trading out at 1244.92. You just are looking at the correlations. You can see not every time. Sometimes things get a little bit unhinged. You know, if we take a look at this, you can see that the dollar index here was getting stronger because it was moving down in this case here, and the market, the S&P, was moving down. You can see how this is working lockstep. I've got this on a 5-minute chart. That way you can buy into the theory, if you will, the reality of the correlation between King Dollar and the markets. Then what you have to understand is what King Dollar is, because you can't really just trade. You can trade this, through the UUP, if you will. But what you need to take a look at is you really need to understand that the dollar index is a basket of currencies. The biggest one out there being the Euro-US dollar. And if we take a look at that currency pair right now, I think what's going to pop up on my screen is the 10-minute chart. You can see we're trading out at 957. And right now, if you just simply I'm going to put this on a larger term time frame. Let's look at this on the 120-minute chart here, because this is important. I was pointing this out. I've been pointing this out for the last 2 hours, that there's a real important area here, which is right down here, 132.833, if you will, 132.871, right in that range. That is a Gartley buy pattern on the 120-minute chart. You can see the beautiful sacred geometry numbers that we have here. We've got a 0.786 retracement off of the lows, going back to where, of course, this goes back to November 25th. That is where we made our most recent low in our marketplace, all the way up to the highs here. When a Gartley buy pattern fails, and the way that we're coming into this thing, it's not over till it's over. But this is going to give us a big piece of information. If this area holds, then we may only be down 100 points at the end of the day. If this area fails, folks, though, look out below. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And, folks, if you are not giving, you are not living. That is the place where you want to be spending your time. You want to be able to get to that area where you are giving, where you're contributing to others, something more than just yourself. And you certainly want to be in an area where you are growing. You know, and you can do both those things here at TFNN.com. The way that you can give, we've got a new promotion that's out there where you can be able to give to the Salvation Army. Now, you can do that through a great promotion that we've got here. You can buy Tiger Dollars. If you buy up to us, if you buy $1,000 or more worth of Tiger Dollars, number one, you're going to get an extra 30% bonus on top of that. Plus, what we're going to do is we're going to take 10% of that. So that'd be $100 for each 1,000 or, increment thereof. And that is going to be given to the Salvation Army in your name. That's going to be a tax-deductible charitable gift for you on your behalf. That is the way to give. Now, we're going to go to Mike in just a minute here, but what I want to do is I put the euro-US dollar up on my screen on the daily chart, because it's always important to be able to take a look. If you're looking at a 120-minute chart, then you want to come up to, 240 or a daily chart in this case here. And what I want to point out to you, is really a couple of things that are very important for you to be able to watch them, because when you understand the correlation between the markets and King Dollar and the currency marketplace here, then what you really do is you go back, because we taught you about the importance of the sacred geometry, these Fibonacci numbers, how they work, and what you can see on the euro going from the high out here from October 27th. You know how important that date is to us when we take a look at swing points, where we're trading in, all the way down in the euro to the low that was put in here on November 25th. You can see I've got my retracement ruler up there, and the euro has not, on the daily chart, has not been able to retrace back even to the 0.382 area. That is just simply a normal bounce that it has not been able to get back up there. That is sending out all types of issues and problems of significance. If this is an ABC down and you can't even do a 0.382 retracement, this is more like a 32% retracement. And right now, folks, you are trading inside the swing point of November 25th. You can see that. You are trading inside the swing point here of October 4th. The euro, at a minimum, is going to do a move of a move as long as it closes inside there. And that is signaling real problems ahead of us. Let's go to a Mike in Lakeland. Mike, thanks for calling. Thank you for holding.
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Very good. I just wanted to compliment you. I think your communication skills are excellent, and your advice in the markets is so solid. I just want to compliment you.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Make sure you get the address, and that check will be going out here.
Well, no, I'm pretty. I'm pretty hard boiled too, and but I've listened to you now for some time. I'd like to hear maybe sometime your story as well. I'd like to know a bit more about you.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to comment on two things.
Yeah.
One, I find also two, if you haven't seen, I thought you'd really enjoy this, and also maybe a lot of the listeners, the movie Margin Call.
I have not seen it. No. Is it?
You want to watch?
Is it a new movie?
You want to watch it? It's a movie with Kevin Spacey. It's on. If you're in local Tampa, it's on Bright House. You can pay for it. You want to watch it tonight.
Okay.
Tonight.
Okay.
I'm serious. You really want to see it. You'll enjoy it.
Okay. All right. That's great. Thanks for putting that. Thanks for putting that out there.
Can I ask you? I just on this MF Global with Corzine, what I have, I just find curious is that he's no fool, and
sure.
I would have thought that if he was going in there with those Italian bonds to the extent that he was, that this is my speculation now, and I just want to get your thoughts, that he had to believe that he had solid inside information. And I'm thinking back to that time that, and all these pieces now kind of fitting back together, that time, what was going on in that August time frame, and we had the Greek bailout, but what maybe Clinton's advisory firm, maybe didn't know was that Pappy over in Greece was going to offer that referendum vote.
Right.
And I got to believe that's maybe what tipped him over. But I got to believe that Corzine thought he had solid inside information that there was going to be a bailout and he was going to capitalize.
Yeah. I don't know what he was. I don't know what he was thinking. Quite frankly, because what I don't know is I don't know enough about MF Global to know when he came in, what was their financial condition. Okay, so that's the first piece. So I'd have to go back, and understand that. It appears that obviously he got inside a trade that was not going in his direction, and maybe just simply saw the cards are he saw the reading on the wall, if you will, the writing on the wall. Stay tuned, okay? Don't hang up. We'll come back. We'll take a look at. We'll talk a little bit about MF Global. 877-927-6648 to get the Dow down 117. King Dollar up 48 ticks. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this traders market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
Are your cable rates rising? Tired of being pushed around by your provider? It's time to push back. Cut the cable and get Dish Network installed with absolutely no equipment to buy. Here's the best part. Packages start at just $24.99 a month for an entire year. That's right. Call now and get Dish Network installed free. Plus your choice of HBO, Cinemax, or Stars free for 3 months. If you call in right now, Dish Network will also throw in free HD for life. PMG Dish, a Dish Network authorized retailer, is waiting for your call and can have you watching TV as soon as tomorrow. Call 800-565-8010. Imagine all your favorite movies, sports, and shows in crystal clear digital quality for far less money, and you won't have to deal with the cable company anymore. At only $24.99 per month, they're practically giving it away. Call now for full details. Call 800-565-8010. That's 800-565-8010. Again, 800-565-8010. Limited time offer, prices, packages, and programming subject to change without notice. 24-month agreement required. Cancellation fees, auto pay, and paperless billing and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Dow off 108 points right now. S&P's down 15, and we're on the line with Mike in Lakeland, and they're really talking more about John Corzine and MF Global than anything else. And so, Mike, the question really is, what drove him to do what it is he did? I mean, that's what your premise is, that maybe he had some inside information and thought that he was in a good trade. And so that's
what he thought.
Yeah, what he thought was a good trade. So, I can see that. I can accept that. That is absolutely one possibility. I kind of back up a little bit. I usually back up maybe a little bit further than that and realize that, each of us are driven, typically, our biggest fears for both you, I, and everybody else that's listening really boil down to two things: that you won't be loved or that you won't be enough. Those two things end up driving, driving what it is we drive towards or drive away from. And in his case, because I don't know about, in this case here, that this is a guy that was in public office, right? And so you know that this is a guy that liked to be loved by the people. if you're going to be putting yourself out there, and certainly, as he did with Inside MF Global. So he must have certainly had this fear about not being loved. We all have this issue, this fear that runs through us of not being enough. That's where I talk about the trust issue, the speed of trust, and how important it is to trust yourself from a trading standpoint. And I try to give people tools so that they can have that trust in themselves. So now, in this case here, if he was worried that he wasn't enough, did he just simply double down on a bet? Did he? Because the thing, I mean, have you ever done that in your trading career? If you haven't, I have. I've done it for you then. Where you were convinced you were right on a position, and you invested in a losing position because you were sure you were right. Have you? I've done it. I don't know if others out there have done it.
Sure. I do want to, because I don't want to take up your time, but if I can, I want to bring up another trading subject for you to comment maybe after I've hung up, because I think your advice on stocks is so critical, and I trade everything, futures, options, stocks. But one of the things that I do, I'm not sure I'm doing it the best, but I'd love to get your thoughts. Is that when I trade stocks, because of the gap situation, and I know what you know what this is, but maybe explain to folks, is that rather than using a hard stop, what I'll do is go ahead and make the purchase for 35, 40 days of a protective call or a protective put.
Right.
And what I've found is it has, it's peace of mind, and also it does it keeps you in the trade a little bit longer.
Right.
And sometimes it can really, if you explain to folks, it can really work out, because if you're wrong, sometimes you wind up at a much better price. And what I do is, for instance, and I can give as an example, I wanted to short Amazon when it was up at 220.
Right.
And but everyone's scared to death. But I shorted Amazon. Right. I immediately went ahead, 35, 45 days, ponied up the call at 220 to protect myself.
Right.
Okay. Amazon
and
ran up.
What was the cost of that insurance to do that?
It was expensive. It was like about I'm going to say about almost 10 points.
Yeah. Okay.
It's expensive, but the way I look at it is that if you're not prepared to do that, maybe you shouldn't put the trade on. So, but the way I played it was, it ran up to 225, 226, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to, lay awake at night or whatever, and I let it do its thing. And then within 2 or 3 days of that, she turned tail hard. And it was down to about 214, 215, 214 was really making the move. So then I still had plenty of time. I killed my, the call.
That's right, yeah.
I killed the call.
Yeah.
So now instead of paying the 10 or 11 points, I only paid really 3 points.
Right.
I was projecting that she would go, to 205, 200 thereabouts.
Absolutely.
And I just went down and sold the put, and I collected the $3 or $4.
That's
guess
great.
What? I'm still short Amazon.
Absolutely. I'll comment on that when we come back from break. Stay tuned. You bet. Stay tuned, folks. 877-927-6648.
It's always better when we're together.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow off about 139. You got the S&Ps down 18, composite down 26. Just your average day in the markets up and down. Now, got the Dow down 138. The reality is it's down over 200 points when you take a look at what's going on in the futures market. And if you were listening on our last call, Mike from Lakeland was really discussing a trading strategy, and it's not a trading strategy that I'm going to use. So we're going to do around here. Here's what I'm going to do. I want to take advantage of the absolute talent that we have with inside TFNN, because it is a toolbox, folks, that can really help everybody with regard to their trading. And so it's a trading strategy that's working for Mike. What I would want to do if I were using that trading strategy, I'd want to go back and I'd want to apply that to my expectancy table, so kind of a lead into that, if you will, and understand if I had used that strategy, and if I just pop that up, just simply what the expectancy is really the result that you can expect every time that you place a trade. Now, it's not every time, it's over a series of trades. And so what I'd like to do is I would want to understand, using that strategy, Mike, what my expectancy was when I used that versus if I didn't, to see which of those two gave me a better return. Because in the money game, it's really all about using a strategy that over your series of trading, your career of trading, gives you the best return. And so what Mike was using was an insurance method, if you will, as he got into trades that he maybe didn't have certainty about. Well, the reality is you don't have certainty about any trade that you get in, and you are really just simply trying to, minimize your losses. That's why what I talk about is using the 1% rule, so that you don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any one trade. But what I want to do here is I want to get Victor Jones, or one of the guys from over at Thinkorswim, and I'll get to them by Tuesday. And either we'll do a segment maybe on one of my shows, and maybe it'll be the lead-in to the Tuesday show, where we can specifically cover that thought process, Mike. So that's where I would go with it, and that's what I would do. But, right now you got the markets trading off of their, trading lower. And I want to be able to go over to the ETFs right now, because I only got 2 segments here left, to be able to help folks navigate and give you some points of reference that you should be looking at today. So what I've got up on my screen, the 4 quadrants that I have up on my screen, are the 4 ETFs that we follow, that everybody pretty much follows with regard to understanding what's going on inside the markets. And what you're always looking for is some type of synergy here. Now, when I talk about synergy, what you can see on the diamonds, which is in the upper left-hand quadrant, and don't worry about whether you can see the numbers or not. I'll blow these up in a few minutes. What you can see, the red lines, the top and the bottom, those are the swing point highs. Those are the October 27th areas. And in the upper left-hand side, we've got the Dow diamonds. Now, the low on the Dow diamonds is 120.45. If you're bullish, you don't want to see it close below 120.45. Now, the volume that we have out there is 12.8 million shares. We've traded as low so far today as the 120.46. So how do you like that? 120.45. Yesterday, if you're listening to the Money Masters, before Tom was doing his show, I was complaining to him that the diamonds stopped 1 penny below their high. They stopped yesterday at 122.58 and 122.50. 122.58, and the actual high out there is Is that right? 122.58. What do we have here? And it stopped at 122.57. Sorry, I was just reading the wrong thing. And right now we're a penny below that. So what you, from a bearish standpoint, what you want to do is you want to see it break below that area. You'd like to see it break below on more than 12 million shares. You only have 3.3 million shares. You're 2 hours into trading, so volume would have to pick up. Well, that could easily happen with regard to the dollar euro currency pair, pound dollar currency pair as well. Now you can see that the Qs have traded below that October 27th area, haven't even been able to get up there, only to the 0.786. And you can see that the SPYs have hovered around those lows, trading down below it. On the SPYs, the number that you want to be concerned about is the number, the low there on there of the SPYs is the 125.96. And really where I'm getting the synergy would be if all four indexes close below the swing point. That may be telling us that the test is over. Why? Because if you look at the bottom of each of these quadrants, the bottoms are showing you the volume at those swing points. And you can see as the markets came up in there, it was testing it on light volume. So those are the areas on the IWM, the small caps, which have really been strong coming up into this October 27th area. They look like the last ones that will give you that last piece of information. The low on the small caps, the IWM, is let's see here. It is 72.65, 129 million shares so far today, and you're trading above it. The low today, you've only gotten down to a low of 73.16, and you've only done 21 million shares. So you don't have the volume, you don't have the juice in this thing just yet, but those are the numbers that you really want to be paying attention to. Okay, so that's on those four ETFs that we have out there. Then what you'd want to do is, we want to take a look at, well, what's going on? What's the strength right now, inside any of these? If we take a look at the strength in the marketplace right now, from a point gainer standpoint, you've got MasterCard, MA, you've got McDonald's. Let's go take a look at MasterCard. Let's see what we have going out here. Workspace, let me just close these out, make it a little bit easier for us. And Goldman Sachs happens to be, from a point standpoint, something that's leading us down. We'll go take a look at the financials as well. And the other side, so you got MasterCard, inside the XLF. And you can see MasterCard, doing pretty well, up near its highs. Let me see if this is all-time highs. Yeah, it is. And it's trading out right now at 375. Volume-wise, really not anything here to report. Nothing that you can see that's really got any significant problem. MasterCard should have some pretty decent support up at the 364.80 range, trading right now at 376. Let's go see what's going on inside Goldman Sachs, and then we'll switch over to the XLF, which is the S&P sector for the financials, and see how they're doing. Right now you've got Goldman Sachs trading down $4.53, down at $100.67. Let's see what kind of volume do we have here. You've got 4.2 million shares, and let's just see what the retracement is that Goldman Sachs did. So it did a 0.618 retracement coming off of the October 28th high. Did a move of a move, and it was going and testing the November 8th swing point that had 6 million shares. The low on that was 106.20. Yesterday got into the 106.10, didn't get all the way up there. But on 10 million shares, should have had the juice, quite frankly, to get over it. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make. Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks, something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Catch Larry Pesavento, a 40-year veteran trader. He uses pattern recognition, Gartleys, butterflies, ABCs, and Fibonacci in order to trade these markets. The Futures Hour with Larry Pesavento. Next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Thanks so much for joining me today. It is amazing how fast time flies. You know, this is actually the 366th day, if you will, since I first started doing some now radio programming, you know, with TFNN. You know, first started off with just doing 2 shows a week. I took Tuesdays and Thursdays. From 12 to 1, Larry took Mondays and Wednesdays, and I know for my case, it was just a ton of work, a ton of excitement, ton of joy, and then to just continue to expand out to that, and you know, now doing on average around 12 13 hours or whatever's needed around here, because I'd love to pitch in and help out, and I'd love to be able to help you as well. So stay tuned for Larry Pesavento. He is up next. Going to be a great show. Then we got Ken Shreve from 3 to 4. Tom takes us home from 4 to 6. And what I've got up on my screen here right now, really the courtesy of Larry Pesavento, if you will. Larry is one of my trading coaches. Tom is the other. There's 3 people that have really, really impacted my life: Tony Robbins, Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, and helped to shape both the tactical side, because in Larry's case, he helped both with the psychological side and the tactical side because of all of the great books that he's written. Tom on the psychological side, just simply because his outlook in life matches my outlook in life and how we live and breathe each and every day, and on the tactical side. But it really comes down to understanding that psychology of trading. It's really understanding trust. I talked this morning from 9 o'clock till 10, and when we kicked off the show today from 11 to 12, that there is nothing faster than the speed of trust. And it's all about you being able to have trust in yourself to be able to make trading decisions. I want you to understand the importance of the 1% risk. It's on each of your member pages. There is a position size calculator webcast that I did. I think it was 30 or 60-minute webcast that's free, that helps to understand the power of one. It helps you to understand your stops and understanding true volatility, average daily ranges, and so forth. Please go use that. If you're not a member, please go to the homepage of TFNN, sign up for that. And because you automatically will be populated on your screen. And when I talk about this chart that I've got on my screen here, this is the SPY daily lunar phases. There are 6 primary phases right now that I take a look at with regard to the moon, whether you're in a first quarter, third quarter, perigee, apogee, full, or a new moon cycle. And I've got all of those labeled on the screen here. And whether you can read them or not, and what you can do is you can see that each of these points here, so for example, the last 2 cycles that we went through, when we were going into Thanksgiving on Wednesday, we had the moon at perigee. That was on the 23rd, and we came back on the 25th. Then we had the new moon solar eclipse combination, and from a candle standpoint, you had a inverted hammer that was down there. And so that really, having all of that, quite frankly, was a signal that it was a good reversal standpoint. I certainly saw that over the weekend and had looked at going ahead and taking a trade on that for our subscribers. We went ahead and closed our shorts out as a result of that. But I did not take the long position after that gap up. Was waiting really for a pullback. We never saw that. We've got 2 gaps up here. Then what is the most recent one where we had a first quarter moon? That was on the 2nd of December, so just a few short days ago. And what do we have coming up? Well, on Saturday, we have a full moon lunar eclipse combination. It would not surprise me to see these markets even somehow bounce back and stay around this range. And folks, if we do that, be careful if you're long, because look what happened here when we had this combination, if you will, at the lows, and we'll have another combination near the high. Stay tuned for Larry Pesavento. I will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great day.